Hello dear students, I welcome you back to the biology class. So in the last class we discussed about being healthy and being disease free, isn't it? We discussed about various kinds of diseases with examples. I hope you all remember that, and today we will be continuing with the same chapter, and the topic we will be discussing is means of spread of diseases. Like in the last class we discussed about the causes of diseases. Today how these diseases are spread from one person or one individual to the other individual, okay. So first of all, it is spread through air, okay. So common cold, tuberculosis, pneumonia, etc. These are the examples of diseases that can spread through air. Next is through water. Like the examples of diseases that can spread through water are cholera, amoebic dysentery, etc. Okay. Next is through vectors. So there are certain diseases that spread through vectors. Those are like vectors are of different types, like mosquitoes. These are also a kind of vectors that helps that transfers diseases from one individual to the other. So the disease caused by or spread by mosquitoes are malaria, dengue, yellow fever, etc. Okay, and flies and all also are the carriers or the vectors of certain diseases. They spread the disease like typhoid, tuberculosis, diarrhea, dysentery, etc. And also diseases can be spread through sexual contact, okay. So syphilis, AIDS are the examples of diseases that can get spread through sexual contact. AIDS virus can also spread not only through sexual contact but also through blood transfusion, okay, and it can also get transferred or spread from infected mother to her baby during pregnancy and also through breastfeeding, okay. So one thing that you should know is like AIDS, okay, it does not like contacts that does not spread AIDS. AIDS are spread through sexual contact, as I told you, from mother to the babies, as I told you, but it does not get spread through contact, okay. Like AIDS is not a contagious disease and it does not spread by casual contacts. Casual contacts such as shaking hands, coughing and sneezing, kissing and embracing, okay, sharing utensils and telephone, swimming pools and toilets, sharing towels, blood sucking insects, crowded transport, all these doesn't lead to the transfer or the spread of disease AIDS, okay. Next is disease can also get spread from animals to people. So you should, like, if maybe you have some pets at home and all, or if you are an animal lover outside, you may be playing with some kind of animals there. So you should wash your hands after petting animals or touching any surfaces they come into contact with, okay, because animals can also cause like helps in the transfer of diseases, okay. So there are different organ specific and tissue specific manifestation of the tissues. Like what are those? Like disease causing microbes enter the body by different means, isn't it? So and it goes to different organs and tissues. Like for example, microbes which enters through the nose are likely to go to the lungs. Like through nose we inhale and exhale what? Air, yes. So while inhaling through nose, like different microbes may enter and that reaches lungs and may cause diseases of the lungs, like bacteria which can cause tuberculosis of lungs may enter to the lungs. Next is like microbes which enter through the mouth are likely to stay in the gut. Like from the mouth, the digestive or alimentary canal, you all have studied about it, yes. So microbes, if it enters through the mouth, are likely to stay in the gut. That is bacteria which causes typhoid or liver, in the liver, bacteria which causes jaundice and all, okay. And virus which causes AIDS. It enters the body through sexual contact, during sexual contact, and also spreads through lymph to all the parts of the body, and it damages the immune system of our body, okay. And virus like which causes Japanese encephalitis, that is brain fever and all, it enters the body through mosquito bite and goes and infects the brain, okay. So different organs and different tissue specific manifestations of the disease causing microbes are there. Okay, it's not that microbe entering from mouth may directly go to the brain. It's nothing like that. It may go, but before that it will infect these organs. Okay, like microbes entering from the nose will first infect the lungs. Microbe entering from the mouth will first infect the gut. Okay, so this is how, and same way like similarly it happens with the other microbes and the organs. Okay, so next is like, okay, like we may not prevent ourselves from causing diseases. So, but we can like there are different principles of treatment. Like if prevention doesn't occur, we can prevent, like we can have some treatments. Okay, if an individual is infected, like it's always said prevention is better than cure, but still if somebody gets infected with some germs or if some disease occurs, what are the various principles of treatment? So, the treatment of infectious disease consists of two steps. They are to reduce the effects of the disease or symptoms. Like if there is a disease occurred in our body, it may have certain symptoms, yes. So, we may reduce the effect of the symptoms, and also to kill the microbes which cause the disease. Okay, we may also kill the microbes that cause disease. So, how to reduce the effect of the disease? So, this can be done by taking medicines to bring down the effects of the diseases like fever, pain, loose motions, etc., and by taking bed rest to conserve our energy. Like so there are many symptoms that occurs for diseases. So if somebody is having fever or body ache and all, we can take medicines for those symptoms. For fever or for body ache and all, we can take some painkillers and all, and we may reduce those effects. Okay, and we may also take proper rest to conserve our energy. And next is by killing the microbes. So this can be done by taking suitable antibiotics and drugs, okay, which kills the microbes, and the disease will be cured. So once the microbes that is causing the disease is killed with the help of certain drugs, certain medicines or antibiotics and all, the disease will be cured. Okay. So what are the different principles of prevention? So there are two ways of prevention of infectious disease. First is general way, the other one is specific ways. So what are the general ways? Like first is public hygiene is most important for prevention of infectious diseases. Okay, there, like what happens if the garbages from your surrounding areas is not collected, if the environment has lots of pollutions, if the drains are not cleaned properly, all those dirty water of the drains comes and gets stagnant over the roads and all, what happens? Obviously our health will be poor, isn't it? So for that, public hygiene is most important for prevention of infectious diseases. Proper and sufficient food for everyone will make people healthy to resist infection. Each and every individual of this earth should get proper amount of food, okay, to make the environment healthy, to resist infections and all. Okay, airborne disease can be prevented by living in conditions that are not crowded. If we live in an area which is not much crowded, we can prevent ourselves from getting infected by airborne diseases. Okay, waterborne diseases can also be prevented by providing safe drinking water, drinking mineral water, or drinking water after purifying it and all, will prevent diseases that can be caused by drinking contaminated water. And vector-borne diseases can be prevented by providing clean environment. Like vectors, what are the vectors as I discussed? Mosquitoes, flies, yes. So if we keep our environment clean, those spread of mosquitoes and flies will not be there, isn't it? So that we can prevent ourselves from vector-borne diseases. So these are the general ways, okay. So what are the specific ways of prevention? So the specific ways to prevent infectious disease is immunization by taking vaccines, okay. So vaccines, it provides immunity from infectious disease like different diseases like tetanus, diphtheria, whooping cough, measles, polio, all these can be prevented by vaccination, okay. So our body has immune system, okay, which fights microbial infection. Our body may on its own fight against some microbial infections, but also vaccines helps us in fighting against such infectious worms and all, okay, or infectious diseases. So our body has immune system which fights microbial infection. So when this system first sees an infectious microbe, what happens? It kills the microbes, okay, and then remembers it the next time, okay. So if the microbe enter the body the next time, it responds more vigorously, okay. So vaccines, they mimic the infectious microbe and strengthens our immune system and protects the body from infectious disease. So vaccination or immunization is a specific way of prevention of diseases, okay. So that is all for this chapter. We are done with chapter Why Do We Fall Ill, that is chapter 13. So I request you all to thoroughly read the chapter to understand the chapter more precisely, and kindly take the assignments that has been provided. Thank you.